What's up, runners? This is your running shoe buddy Pratik from Atletico, and welcome back to another episode of Running Shoe Review. And today we are going to discuss about a shoe which is always known as a cool kid in the running shoe world. I'm talking about New Balance Rebel V5. For many years, this is that shoe that refused to follow rules. It was wild, unstable, incredibly light, and very fast. But recently, we have seen a trend that every brand is moving toward keeping a shoe taller, softer, and bulkier. And with the release of New Balance Rebel V5, it seems like New Balance is also heading in that same direction. They have hosted massive launch parties and released tons of colorways, showing that they really believe in this product. But the big question, in trying to make this Rebel series much more comfortable for everyone, did they lose the magic of what makes the Rebel so special? So first thing first, New Balance sent me this pair of shoes just for testing purposes, so I didn't have to pay for these shoes. Neither I'm getting paid for making this review or including the shoe in my video. And most importantly, no one has seen these videos or my thoughts before this video goes online. And today we are going to talk about in detail about the review of New Balance Rebel V5. We're going to talk about its fit, performance, and most importantly, durability, and who should buy and who should not go for this shoe. So let's dive in. Before we move forward, if you're new to this channel and love running shoe, I would request you to please subscribe to my channel so that you'll be notified for all my future running shoe reviews. Starting off with some of its key specifications. They weigh in around approximately 219 grams, which is 7.7 ounces for my men US size 9. It comes with a stack height of 35mm in heel and 29mm in forefoot, giving it a drop of 6 mm. It comes at a retail price of $140. Let's start with the upper, which is arguably the biggest improvement if you compare it to its previous version. So if you ran in Rebel V4, you might have hated the fit because it was baggy, loose, and the tongue was too short. New Balance listened this time. The Rebel V5 features a lightweight mesh that feels much more dialed in. The lockdown is secure and your foot doesn't slide around. They added a gusset tongue, which means it is attached to the sides so it doesn't slide left or right. It is thin but has just enough padding to prevent lace bite. However, there are two things to note here. The breathability is just average. It is not bad, but on very hot days you might want more airflow. Second, regarding the fit, it is true to size for most of the people, but the toe box does taper a little bit. So if you have a very wide feet, the previous version was roomier, so you might want to try these on first. Now let's talk about the engine of the shoe. In Midsole, it comes with Fuelcell, which is a blend of PEBA and EVA foam. In simple terms, PEBA is expensive bouncy foam used in race cars, and EVA is a durable standard foam used in daily trainers. The result is the ride, which is incredibly soft. And I would say this is one of the most squeeziest shoe in the market in non-carbon plated shoe category. This brings us to the performance of the shoe. I would say this shoe is fun. It protects your leg remarkably well for such lightweight shoe. Because there is no plastic or carbon plated inside, the shoe is very flexible, you can feel the ground and your foot moves naturally. However, I need to be honest about its energy return. Out of the box, it's poppy and energetic. But I feel like after say 100 or 150 miles, the initial wow factor or the magic of the shoe might get fade away. Foam may settle down. It doesn't die completely, but loses the sharpness, explosive bounce and become much more cushioned and comfortable squish. Flip over the shoe and you'll see the strategic placement of rubbers. They have covered the forefoot and heel, but there is a lot of exposed foam in the middle to save weight. The grip is good, but I would say it's not on the level of Puma grip, but for dry and wet pavement, it can handle those corners just fine. The concern here is durability. Because the foam is so soft and the exposed area will get crammed up and punctured by rocks. Also, the rubber on the lateral heel is not very thick, so if you're a heel striker, you might chew through the rubber patch faster than you would on any heavy daily trainers like New Balance 880 or 1080. Now let's also quickly talk about how it is different from its previous version, Rebel V4. So if you loved Rebel V4, I would say this is a different shoe altogether. It is taller and higher. So Rebel V5 got extra 5mm foam that added 17 grams of extra weight into this model. It is softer than its previous version. Because of its narrow base as compared to V4, it is less stable. So if you have a weak ankle or overpronate, you might feel that wobble in V5. In terms of fitting, I would say V5 has a better fit, V4 was sloppy and V5 is much more precise. Talking about its pros and cons, starting off its pros, it is incredibly fun and bouncy to ride in. The step-in feel is soft and premium. The new upper design fixed all the lockdown issue from the previous version. It can easily handle daily runs or your tempo runs. Talking about the cons, the exposed foam is fragile and the pop-off midsole may fade out after 100-150 miles. And second, it's not the stable shoe. So if you are struggling with your running form, this won't help. It feels slightly slower and less aggressive as compared to its previous model. Moving on to the next section, which is who should go for this and who shouldn't. You can go for this shoe if you're looking for a lightweight daily training shoe, but not in carbon plated category. Or if you're a neutral runner who are looking for a soft and squeezy ride. Don't go for this shoe if you're looking for stability, because this is too soft for that. And don't go for this if you're looking for a shoe that can be used for interval runs. Also avoid this if you're a heel striker. Overall, I would say New Balance Rebel V5 is a good shoe, but it has changed its identity. It used to be rebellious speed shoe, but now it is more of soft and lightweight daily training shoe. It occupies a great middle ground. It's more exciting than the standard daily trainer, but more comfortable than the racing shoe. While I wish the foam kept its energy for longer, at 140 it offers a ride quality that's hard to find anywhere else. It is not a super shoe, but I would say it is definitely a super enjoyable shoe. So that was my review for New Balance Rebel V5. Let me know your thoughts about this shoe. Would you like to add this shoe in your running shoe rotation? And if you have enjoyed this video, don't forget to hit that like button and please subscribe to my channel so that you'll be notified for all my future running shoe review. Until next time, happy running.